After the wonderful knight's tale, the squire got the chance to tell his tale to the group heading towards Canterbury. The Squire Tale. In the distant land of Tartary, King Cambyuscan, often identified with Genghis Khan, was beloved for his strength and kindness. On the 20th anniversary of his reign, the palace brimmed with music, laughter and guests from every corner of the world. As the feast reached its height, a sudden hush fell. A mysterious knight entered, riding a horse of gleaming brass, bearing strange gifts. He wore foreign armour, carried a polished mirror, a golden ring, and a sword at his side. The knight announced he brought greetings and magical gifts from the King of Arabia and India. The court was transfixed. Never had they seen such marvels. King Cambyuscan welcomed the knight, curious about the gift's secrets. The knight declined the feast, intent on explaining the wonders he brought. The guests leaned in, eager to hear of the enchanted objects. The feast faded into the background. All eyes were on the knight and his gifts. The king's family, his wife, sons and daughter, watched in awe. The real celebration, it seemed, was just beginning. Tartary would remember this day for centuries. The knight revealed the powers of each gift. The brass horse, he said, could fly its rider anywhere in the world in a single day. Just whisper a destination and turn a pin. The court gasped. The king's sons dreamed of adventure. Next, the mirror. It showed not your reflection, but the truth, danger, loyalty, and love's faithfulness. Princess Canacee gazed at it, both intrigued and wary. The golden ring, for Princess Canacee, granted the power to understand birds and heal with knowledge of every herb. She accepted it, imagining the secrets of nature at her fingertips. Finally, the sword. It could cut through any armor, but also heal any wound it made with a touch of its flat. The knights stared, awed by its dual power. Each gift was more wondrous than the last. The court buzzed with excitement and disbelief. King Cambyuscan listened, his mind racing with possibilities. The knight's mission complete, the hall brimmed with anticipation. The world, they realized, was far more magical than they'd ever known. The story of these gifts would echo through Tartary for generations. The brass horse became the talk of the court. Some doubted its magic, thinking it just a clever statue. King Cambyuscan, ever wise, wanted proof. His son Camballo begged to be the first to ride. The knight showed him the secret pins, one to rise, one to land. Camballo mounted, whispered his wish, and turned the pin. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the horse lifted, hovering above the stunned crowd. It soared through the open roof, vanishing into the sky. The people rushed outside, watching Camballo disappear into the clouds. The king felt pride and fear, knowing his son was on a journey no one had ever dared. The magic was real. The world was changed. The court waited breathlessly for Camballo's return. The knight's words had proven true. Tartary's people would never forget the day a brass horse took flight. The age of wonders had truly begun. While Camballo soared, Princess Canacee explored her own gift. With the golden ring, she wandered the gardens, understanding the birds' songs for the first time. Amid the morning chorus, she heard a cry of heartbreak. A white falcon, wounded and grieving. Using the ring's magic, Princess Canacee spoke to the falcon, who told of betrayal by a false lover. Moved by compassion, Princess Canacee gently carried the injured bird back to the palace. She used her new knowledge of healing herbs to tend its wounds. The falcon found comfort and hope in Canacey's care. Canacey's gift became a tool for kindness, not power. She promised to heal the falcon and restore its spirit. In her gentle hands, the magic ring's true purpose was revealed. Canacey's heart shone brighter than any enchantment. Her story was one of empathy and quiet strength. The squire, telling this tale to the Canterbury pilgrims, brimmed with excitement. He promised more: tournaments, quests, and the healing of the falcon. The listeners were captivated, eager for the next adventure. But suddenly the Franklin interrupted, praising the squire's storytelling. He argued that his tale is too long to finish. The crowd agreed, as everyone has to tell their stories. They decided to continue his story in his second chance on the way to shrine. The spell was broken. The tale left unfinished. The fate of Cambuscan, his children, and the falcon remained a mystery. The squire's story became a beautiful fragment, forever incomplete. As the pilgrims rode on, 2 new travellers joined them, a canon and his servant, the yeoman. The yeoman hinted that his master was an alchemist, able to turn metal into gold. The host was intrigued, but the yeoman looked troubled. Pressed for answers, the yeoman began to reveal the truth. The canon, realizing his secrets were about to be exposed, fled in shame. The yeoman, now free, confessed the deceptions of alchemy. He warned of false promises and endless greed. Alchemy takes advantage. The pilgrims listened, sobered by the tale of trickery. The next story would be one of warning, not wonder. The yeoman confessed that alchemy was a life of lies and disappointment. He and his master had wasted years chasing gold, only to find debt and despair. Their experiments were all show, no real magic, just clever tricks. To illustrate, the yeoman told a tale of a cunning alchemist who tricked a greedy priest with a fake recipe for silver. In a town lives a poor priest who is honest and simple-minded. An alchemist comes to stay with him and pretends to be a holy, knowledgeable man. Slowly, the alchemist gains the priest's trust by acting devout, speaking wisely, appearing generous, and showing the fake miracle. One day, the alchemist claims he can turn mercury into silver. To prove this, he secretly prepares a trick. He hollows out a piece of coal and fills it with silver filings. During the experiment, when the coal is heated, the hidden silver melts and appears to be newly created. The priest is amazed and convinced that the alchemist truly possesses secret knowledge. The priest, blinded by greed, paid dearly for nothing. The alchemist vanished, leaving the priest with empty hopes and an empty purse. The yeoman's tale was a stark warning. Greed makes fools of us all. The pilgrims took the lesson to heart. Not all magic is wondrous, some is just deception. The journey continued, wiser and more wary. The host turned to the prioress, seeking a gentler story. The tale is set in an Asian city, ruled by Christians, but containing a Jewish ghetto, where Jews live separately under strict restrictions. Christians and Jews live side by side, but there is deep religious tension. In the city, there was a Christian school, where young boys were educated and taught Christian hymns and prayers. One young boy, only 7 years old, the son of a poor widow. Though he is very young and does not fully understand Latin, he is deeply devoted to the Virgin Mary. Hence he learned a sacred hymn, Alma Redemptoris Mater, and sang it through the streets, his voice pure and innocent. Every day the boy walks to and from school through the Jewish quarter, singing the hymn loudly and joyfully. He does this openly, without fear, honouring the Virgin Mary. His innocent singing attracts attention, as some considered his act as a mockery or insult to their religion and religious sentiments. In their hatred, they killed the child and hid his body. His mother searched desperately, her heart breaking. The city kept its terrible secret, but the story was not yet done. The prioress's tale was one of faith amid cruelty. The pilgrims listened, moved by the boy's devotion. The power of faith would soon reveal itself. Guided by love, the mother found the place where her son lay. From the pit she heard him singing the sacred hymn, his voice miraculously clear. A crowd gathered, awestruck by the wonder. The magistrate recovered the boy's body, yet the song continued. The murderers were brought to justice. The boy was carried to the church, his song filling the air. The abbot asked how he could sing after death. The boy revealed that the Virgin Mary had placed a magical grain on his tongue, letting him sing until it was removed. The abbot gently took the grain, and the singing ceased. The boy's spirit was freed, his faith rewarded. The prioress ended with a prayer for innocence and faith. The pilgrims were left in awe, reflecting on the power of wonder, warning, and devotion. Their journey through tales was a journey through the heart of humanity. As the crowd was emotional and self-reflecting on human behaviour and power of devotion. Gap. The time has come for a new tale to begin, and this time, the monk got the chance to tell his tale to the group.